talking, you don't speak the language. I get high with no statuses. Niggas that can never know the damages. All the shit that we go through the challenges. All the bitches I go through the challenges. I ain't stopping for nothing. I wake up at Saturday morning just checking the balances. I can't do no disguise. I just look at my baby mama.
Yo, this Tory Lanez new song, new project.
When it live, say touchdown. Got the AP face crushed down. She was funny, know me, I'm a crush now. Gotta run it through all the boutiques. Swiping front cars, all the new sneaks. Switching different bitches all through the week. Tall, small, one toy, fits all. Bitch, I be fucking on all physiques. I got a dream to go to the league. If that shit don't work, I'ma go to the traffic. Some of them things that go in the plastic. That shit don't work, then you know I'ma snap. That shit don't work, then you know that I'm back.
Happy Friday, y'all. Everybody join the chat, man. We here. Let's go. Damn.
Oh, that shit is gas. Yeah. Yo, I get a light.
Yo, free Tory Lanez, yo. What's up? Hungry right now.
Gotta wrap yourself out of jail. Word.
Y'all hear him though? He talking. It's that old future flow. He think he's slick. It's that old future shit. He think he's slick. Young Tory, we running that back, y'all. We running that one back. I ain't gonna lie to you. Run that back real quick. Let y'all get in here. It's Friday. We chilling. We vibing. Y'all know how we do it. Y'all know how we do it.
Yeah. Free Tory, you heard?
I'm doing this test and I'm doing okay. And I go hit the trap, I do two in the day. We hit with these records and hit with these niggas. You know I do feel in the day. I be busting the block with the stoppers a few different ways. We talking about 762s in the choppers. Cause all of my partners got 2 different Ks. And this shit amazing. When I'm straight to the bay, do the same shit. Drop the U in the investigation. Got the deuce in my pocket. I pull out a 2. I'ma shoot up a few ovation. This shit is dangerous. Hey, I shoot this and pull up a hate shit. I got weird bitches on some strange shit. Money talking, you don't speak the language. I get high with no statuses. Niggas that can never know the damages. All the shit that we go through the challenges.
Nigga trying to go wrap himself right out of jail.
She was funny, know me, I'm a crush now. Gotta run it through all the boutiques. Swiping front cars, all the new sneaks. Switching different bitches all through the week. Tall, small, one toy, fits all. Bitch, I be fucking on all physiques. I got a dream to go to the league. If that shit don't work, I'ma go to the trap. Serving them things that go in the plastic. That shit don't work, then you know I'ma snap. That shit don't work, then you know that I'm back to the black hoodie with an old lady saying what I could've been. My pocket, you know that I'm going to jack. Jacking and stealing for niggas can't make it a killer. There's no way to make this shit real if you ain't been a real. When I look at my baby boy, kind I know I'm gonna make him a billion. I gotta keep on. I gotta do this shit for all of my brothers, my sisters, my niggas, my brothers, my nephews who coming out.
This nigga hungry.
Red motherfucking dude. You hear this nigga? Yo, bring my watch, please, son. So my nightstand. Yo, that shit straight gas right there. Free Tory, word up. Free Tory, straight gangster. Peace be multiplied to all my peoples. Yeah, I gotta take this do-rag off in a second. I just got out the shower, just trying to get fresh. Happy Friday, peace be multiplied to all my peoples. Listen, salute everybody that came out. Listen, yeah, man. We's free. We's alive. We here. We here. Change your whole mind state, y'all. We made it. I don't care what y'all talking about. Shit. Now, retrospect, let's just think we made it this far. We're gonna go with that, you know, motivation of the day. It's not a game. Now, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna start off like this, just because I kind of feel like ain't nobody said it to you. So you know, I'm like I said, I go out my way. I want to have conversations with you that I feel like you ain't really having. You know, so we're gonna start off like this. We here. We not giving up. Shit gonna get better. The light gonna shine right on you. You gonna find yourself getting back to you again. You're gonna be a better version of yourself. You're going to be a better version built to withstand the worst of times and the heaviest of loads. You built for that. That's a reminder from the OG, all right? We not waiting on no handout. We not asking for nothing. All right? If God ain't give it to us, it ain't time for us to have that yet. You can't miss what you never touched. How can you miss what you never had? That type of shit going to have to stop. In real life, that's my word. People longing for stuff because they done fell in love with it through media, through advertising and marketing. That's not real. That's on everything. That's not real at all. Straight up and down. That's not real at all. I'm gonna take this do-rag off in a minute. But yeah, we on one, right? We on one today. Listen, we OGing. We doing what we doing today. We doing OG lessons. Things that you might not have been taught, things you want to be reminded of, and we on some 2026 shit. We ain't going backwards. All these issues, everything I bring up is right now. Things we need to do with. And the first thing I'm gonna say is, because I had a couple of conversations, right? And so this particular OG wisdom is for you. If you got somebody in your ear and you doubting what it is you bring to the table, what it is you are, what it is you stand on, what you be about, take a deep breath and walk away. In real life, they just showed you that they not rooting for you. Now, if you'd have made a couple of progresses, you'd have made some growth and shit like that, you know, and it's recognizable from the eye, and they haven't congratulated you. They haven't, because see, you're going somewhere, you might leave them there, but I'm serious. If somebody, the closer you have not acknowledged your growth and development, then they might not be rooting for you because you might be leaving them there. They still love you. You know, but they kind of feel like this new place you're going don't include them. You understand what I'm saying? So, in that, don't apologize for nothing. Don't apologize for nothing. You do what you got to do and be what you got to be. And don't say sorry and all that shit. We ain't on that. You're going to have to get off of that. We're going to get more into that later. Let's keep it going, all right? Stand on that shit. You got some things to do, and sometimes people ain't going to be there now. Some people got to go because they don't rock with you. Like that. Period. If you got a couple of people that's iffy, question marks, oppy, they don't owe you no loyalties. Some people come in your life to remind you who to stay the fuck away from. Some people come into your life to remind you of where you're going and why you don't take a person like them with you. Just that simple. Straight up and down. You know. Like I said, listen, because see, ultimately the whole job is to stay on your path. Some people gonna come, some people gonna leave. But when they get off your path, don't double back, don't get off the bus and talk them back into your journey. Nah, go ahead and leave them there. And if it's meant, the relationship is meant, whatever it is y'all have was meant, it'll come back. Respectfully. All right? Now, where you going, the people that you with right now not going to be there. All of them, your God bless if all of them there. But don't look for that. Everybody might not have the discipline to walk that mile that you about to walk. Understand that. You know these people. You know damn well where they're disciplined at. Sometimes bringing them in to fuck you up. Type shit. Alright? So go where you going, because I know you cool with people and y'all ain't got no reason to be at odds, but at the end of the day, they don't rock with you like that. Real talk. You know, straight up and down. There's some things you're going to have to face. I don't care y'all go back to 2nd, 3rd grade. It comes a time in your life where you got to leave certain shit behind. Your journey. It's a one-man job. All right? Now, a reminder. You are the only one that can determine your worth. I'm going to say that again. You are the only one, shut alive. You are the only one that can determine your worth. I need you to say that out loud because I don't know why everybody listening to those niggas. Exactly. Stop entertaining that shit. Exactly. Stop entertaining. Real talk. Their opinions don't mean nothing. You are the only one that can determine your worth. And I told you, as a man, you have to build your worth. You're not born with it. That's called a woman. A man has to build his worth with his own two hands, brick by brick. We're going to accept that. That's not the job. That's the mission. Because a lot of things going to come. But I'm going to tell you what, you stick to the mission. You might waver this way, you get back to the mission. You might waver this way, you get back to the mission. That's how things work. That's how things continue to keep going. Sometimes you might jump off the track for a little bit, stick to the mission, it'll get you right back on track. It'll get you right back on track, all right? Stop listening. Yo, listen, I don't care. You be strolling, and sometimes you want one, you heard something, and now you do a deep dive into that shit. Yo, listen, whatever it is they told you, ain't you. Whatever it is they said, it's not you. Whatever happened to them, don't relate none of that shit to you. Don't be doing no comparisons. Don't be listening to other opinions about other people that sound similar. Stop looking for a reason to not do what you got to do. Stop looking for a reason to fail. Stop looking for an excuse for when shit don't go right. You got something to blame it on. You're subconsciously doing that because while you listening to all that, remember, your journey is alone. You will be judged alone. I don't care. It's 2026. Listen, rappers, preachers, and politicians, they get paid for what they say. The rest of us get judged by what we actually do. You got to do it. Their opinion ain't going to help you along with that. You find a way to stop listening to that shit. When you got people like that that's draining you with this other shit, feed them with a long-handled spoon. You care about them, you love them, but keep them over there with all that shit. You know what I mean? For real. You got time for that. You need your energy for more progressive things. And it starts at the lowest elements. You heard me? Conversations. And they call you every morning with a whole bunch of what happened last night shit. Out of here with all that. Seriously. I mean that. I don't care how corny it sounds. When you gonna disconnect yourself from that bubblegum shit? When? Nobody's gonna take nothing you do. They only gonna take it as serious as you take it. If you want some bubblegum popcorn shit, they ain't gonna think nothing of it. Miss me with all that. That's what's gonna happen. But if they see your passion and your energy for it, they will support you because they care about you and they want you to win. Okay? Now the reputation that precedes you, you're gonna have to face that in real life. If you've been a bullshit artist, you're going to be a bullshit artist until you prove different in real life. All right? Let's keep it going. I ain't finna point no fingers. This is the uplift. I don't know what your bad qualities are, but you will unlearn some of them shits. Gangster, straight up and down. Unlearn some of them shits. Pick up some new habits, some dead ass. I want to remind you of that. Share it aloud to anybody you know that need to hear. And yo, listen, because some things are really practical. Some things is really, really practical. It's like some niggas' problems, some of y'all niggas' problems is you don't pick a good woman to raise your kids. You pick a chick that's beautiful in your eyes. The chicks that became your baby mother was by chance. It just so happened you got to have a baby with her. Since that particular effort is running rampant, it's a whole lot of niggas out here with a baby with a woman that they actually wasn't coupled up with, that they hadn't bonded with. So that's a high number. Now it's 2026. We want to face that's what we're dealing with. You're going to meet a chick that got a baby by a nigga that was never her man. That ass. So she don't even know the child she's raising because she don't know the nigga that helped make her. We dealing with that in 2026, y'all. Let's face the realities in which we really live. Gangster. For real. Now, what I was trying to say to that is, because, you know, a lot of y'all been picking chicks on because of how they look. How's that working out for you? Exactly. She look good to you and a whole bunch of other niggas. And she know that. So, you know, she like you and all that. You know, you might have smashed and all that, but at the end of the day, you ain't showed her no home run to where she's going to close off her other options. Word. So when one of y'all shot the club up, it's 3 of y'all, she don't know which one of y'all is the baby. And in 2026, what is she going to do? She's going to pick the one that's more financially stable to be the father. If they don't know the difference. Paternity court ain't going to never go off the air. For shites, backdoor shit like that. Until they start doing DNA at the birth, we going to have these kind of situations. You know, because if your girl tell you, I got a mammogram on Thursday, you going to believe her. And she going to go. You see what I'm saying? If that's just how simple it can happen. That's just how simple it can happen. It's just that simple. Gangster, real talk. But at the end of the day, understand that they're not going to judge nobody by how they look. They're not going to judge nobody by how they look. Your legacy is what you leave after you're gone. The legacy is something that you leave that's bigger than yourself. That's what that is. All right? So no matter how cute she is at 27, when she's 48, all they're going to know is how she was with their kids, how she raised her family. Yeah, that'll be it. They're not going to remember how cute she was at 27. All right? I told you, what's a man's nightmare when he's married to a woman he's in love with? That another man sees exactly what he sees in the woman he's in love with. You might have to kill that nigga. Yeah. She'll start lagging a little bit. You know what I mean? Like that. You dig what I'm saying? Word up. Now, that's a problem. You dig what I'm saying? Now, let's get back to it. Now, first of all, just remember that looks were off, and all they're going to ask is how good she was with that baby. So, in that, choose wiser. Okay, you got a couple of baby mamas. And I'm quite sure you probably want to have more kids because whatever the situation may be. But just try to remember that, you know, the next woman that you get, pay interest in whether or not she will be a good mother. If she gonna be your woman, will that woman that you like be a good mother? Make that decision because you already had a baby by a chick that y'all wasn't even like that, but y'all got a kid. You know niggas that had a baby with chicks that they wasn't like that, but they had a kid, and you see what they going through. Learn from the things that's going on around us. You're going to have to navigate yourself different in 2026, all right? Real talk. And yo, so you know, and like I said, this is OG wisdom right here, and some things that people really need to hear. We talking about 2026, and I'm going next with this. Learn people, okay? When I say learn people, I don't mean learning strangers. Learn people that you have let inside your space of life. Learn them. You know why? Because if you don't, it could be a disaster when you really get to know who they was. Because there's certain things that take place that show you who people really are. And what I told you, when people show you who they really are, you believe them. Straight up and down. Now listen, after the breakup, you see exactly who they really are. You might want to find out before that happens. If shit is hoppy, look into that. If you feel like you don't feel like your feet is on the ground with this person, yes, learn that before the disaster happened. All right? When you got everything as opposed to when you got nothing, you're going to see who they really are. Remember, everybody going to smile and be good when everything's easy. So if everything been good the whole time, you really don't know will those energies get reciprocated if you should ever need them. And you'll find out when the money gone, you'll find out that if whether or not they really cared about you as a person or what you could do for them. My thing is, don't wait for the motherfucking shit to hit the fan. This is somebody you deal with regularly. Yeah, you can ask certain things of them because you deal with them regularly. Yes. Ain't no fuck out of here. You close to me, I'm close to you. We can do that. We can talk about that. We can get to that kind of conversation. Yeah, respectfully, especially when I've been doing what I'm supposed to do. See, listen, when relationships start feeling like a job, then y'all got to set some new ground rules going forward. I don't work for you, and I don't want to feel like I do. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody does. Okay, let's keep it 100. Learn these people before the disaster happens. Okay. I had a question for the chat. You heard me, Shakur?
Yeah.
I want you to answer this too. I can take this shit off now. Which one would you choose? $100 bill or $101 bills? Which would you choose? $100 bill or $101 bills? Now, you can choose whichever one you want, but I'm going to say this. A $100 bill, in retrospect, is how you're getting your money. That's why it's a $100 bill. The 100 singles, in retrospect, shows how you're getting your money. $1 at a time. You get it, Shakur? You understand? If you pop them to me, you got one person got $100, the other person got 100 singles. I'ma feel like the person with the 100 singles got those dollars $1 at a time, and this person got that $100 bill in one transaction. So I'm going to vote for the $100 bill. Straight up. Y'all got y'all opinion, but that's just my philosophy. All right. Let's just keep that going, all right? Now, what that means is, if you're getting your money $1 at a time, you need to step your game up. You need to change that 1 to 5s. You need to change that 5 to 10s. That part. You know how much work you got to put in to get your dollar, get your money $1 at a time? It's a lot of work. Your time is more valuable than that moving forward, all right? That's why I said all that. Now, and you know, because some things has just got to be said out loud, because yo, listen, my man, what's going on? I ain't gonna say your name out. We don't talk about people over here. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm bringing it up now because I had a Zoom with a guy earlier today, and we had a conversation. But I'm gonna say this because I think some people need to hear this. If one of y'all cheated for y'all to be together, if y'all cheated to be together, one of y'all gonna cheat again because one of y'all is happy. If they cheated on that person to be with you, and now y'all together, they gonna cheat on you to be with someone else.
The way you get them is the way you lose them.
The way you get them is the way you lose them. You're dead right, Shakur. 2 + 2 is fucking 4. Some things is a pattern. Like, we gonna talk about that later too. Yes, that's the reality of it. All right. She was backdooring the person that she was with. What make you think she won't backdoor you? Because you don't know what kind of work that man put in to earn her love. And lost it anyway. Yeah. I want you to give your best. But you just have to make sure that that person is worthy of that. Before you do that, get in tune. Real talk.
But I ain't gonna lie, another thing too, I was saying for the ladies.
What? What you saying for the ladies, son?
Nah, because the ladies would, like, they cheat on their nigga, right? But another nigga think they gonna get with the next nigga. No, that nigga is not gonna. He not gonna get a relationship with you because you just cheated on your nigga. He ain't gonna believe you.
Don't believe that, ladies.
Don't think just because you cheat on your man that nigga.
That's my word. I told you, they'll lay with you. They'll play with you, but they won't stay with you because of the circumstance leading up to what y'all doing. You putting footprints on the ceiling with this nigga, but the whole while the man know you backdoor this nigga. Where's your loyalty at? We grown now. I gotta judge you by the moves you make. You know, if you sneaky linking with me, I'm not gonna put past you sneaky linking with somebody else. Real talk. You know, that's in real life. Straight up and down. That's in real life. And let's keep it going, y'all. Share the live. Yo, like I said, when y'all come here, this is a show of awareness. I want to always bring you up, all right? And this is just one of those things from the OG that I feel like I need to share with y'all, that y'all need to hear. Because, see, of the things we talk about here, I don't feel like y'all having those conversations elsewhere, so we're going to have them here. A homeless man died of hunger. A homeless man died of hunger, right? Shed alive. But there was food at his funeral. A homeless man died of hunger, yet there was food at his funeral. I said that to say this. Love who you're supposed to love now. Don't wait till they're gone. All right? If they were there for you on your darkest motherfucking days, go see about them. If they ever extended a hand in you to change and help you stand more sturdy in this life, check on them. See, at this particular point, they might be punch drunk on life. And they might need the same hand that they gave you. They might need that back. That's why I said that. A homeless man died of hunger, yet there was food at his funeral. They didn't show him the love while he was alive. They showed it to him after he was dead. What the fuck? So as a show of reminder, love who love you. And don't wait for a disaster to show that love. All right? I mean that shit. That's all. You know, the OG got to tell you. I ain't going to never tell you no lies over here. We don't do that over here. Okay? That's what we on over here. Now, for some of y'all, boy, y'all, you know, I'm going to say this right now. The things that you pick up here that you might be reminded of, or what they say, reawakened in you or whatever, pass it on. All right? Stop assuming that people, yo, listen, that's my word. Stop assuming that people know shit. Stop assuming you can give them part of the instructions and they figure out the rest, because everything gonna go wrong. We can't blame people for what they've never been taught. And at the time, we gonna learn what they've been taught in the moment. We gonna figure out that they ain't know what they was doing. All right? So, with that, I'm doing this lesson right here. Give, but don't expect nothing. Grown-ass man, lonely place. All right? No days off as a grown-ass man. So when you give something, don't expect nothing back. Because you're not going to give what you know you're going to miss. That's just plain stupid. Why would you give somebody part of your rent money? Don't be stupid on purpose. Because even though that the money was important to them when they needed it, it ain't as important to them when they got to pay it back. All right? So give, but don't expect nothing back. So that means don't give what you know you're going to need back. Avoid the bullshit. Because you play with a nigga rent money, shit going to get different. Straight up and down. Okay? Listen, but don't judge. I'm saying this because some of y'all don't seem to know this shit. But listen, but don't judge, because who the fuck is you? You don't know nothing about that last mile they walked. And you don't want nobody judging the last mile you walking right now. So if you care about that person, listen. If you listen to what they have to say, you will know how to better respond in order to help them. Don't be one of them people, as soon as they start talking, you can't wait to get a word in when you haven't even fully heard what information they're trying to give you to even work with. And now you're not even listening because you can't wait to say what you got to say. So now you ain't even listening to the rest of it. So you're going to go off the first two sentences and you're going to base your comment off of that. If you're a friend of theirs, listen. All right? Straight up and down. I want you to love, but I don't want you to depend. Don't depend on love. It ain't going to pay the fucking rent. If you have a love in your life, it's a beautiful thing. But don't depend on that, because then you're depending on someone else to make you happy. And that's not how this works. You are responsible for your own happiness every day. If somebody can help you along with that, fine. But the first order of business is you. Yeah. Straight up and down. Okay? Love, but don't depend on that love in order to be happy. You might have got love bombed and fell for that shit. Snap out of it. Snap out of it. Love is an action. Exactly. Accept, but don't settle. See, when I say that, I mean, you say when you really love somebody, you love some of the other things about them too. If they got a couple of qualities that's not your cup of tea, but you love them past that. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. I'm going to say it again. Accept, but don't settle. Now, when I say don't settle, what I mean is, I don't mean accept the nigga that can't keep the rent paid. I don't mean accept the nigga that's putting hands and feet on you. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about to the point where, according to this person, is what you rocking with, but he snores really bad at night. And you accept that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But don't settle for that. Try to find a way to knock that snoring off. Get him a sleep aid or something. Shit like that. That's all I'm talking about. I'm not saying accept a whole bunch of bullshit. I'm not saying that. Don't get it out of order. Okay? They say enjoy, but don't attach. Especially for men. You know? Just because she got the built-in sprinkler system don't mean become attached. You're not the first one to drink from that fountain. You understand that? And guess what? Some of them niggas that drunk from that fountain looking for that fountain right now while she with you. Remember, she not yours. It's just your turn. Somebody got to say that shit out loud to you. You heard me? Straight up and down. Now, Proverbs 13:20. Proverbs 13:20 said, walk with those that are wise and become wise. For walking with the companion of fools, you suffer harm. Proverbs 13:20, you can look it up. Walk with the wise and become wise. For walking with companions of fools, you will suffer harm. Okay, are you around a bunch of fools all day? That's my word. So, come rock with the wise and you shall become wise. All right? That's my word. You know, a lot of y'all had enough pain to actually be full of wisdom. But you haven't got in touch with it yet because you haven't got past that pain. So your wisdom is waiting to come alive inside of you. And fucking with a nigga that's wise will help bring that up out of you. It'll fortify you and come out in everything that you do. And you will remain a king or a queen in your kingdom through all the trials and tribulations. All right? Straight up and down. That's my word. So that means in time, walk your own way by yourself. Now, on some real shit. Okay? That means in time, walk your own way without you. Walk your own way without who with you. Walk your own way now, because without you, who are you? You understand? Now, if you're going to attach yourself with wise people, you will become wise. If you attach yourself to a bunch of fools, that part. That's all I'm saying. If you want to get some more wisdom, get around people that you know are wise. I ain't saying run with them every day, but just try to tap in with people that can raise your intelligence of thinking, that can raise your level of critical thinking. Things like that. Attach yourself with that. Come fuck with the OG every chance you get. Go to my page, click on anything. Ain't no bubblegum shit on my page at all. Ever. And I had to say this, you belong to no one. And this is what Baki said on the cartoon. You know, it's my favorite cartoon. Remember Baki? My anime shit. This is what Baki said. And I watched this. When he said this to Baki, the anime, the fighter. His whole goal was to try to beat his pops. And he said this, and I found it. And I watched the whole shit. Yo, and I'm just going to read it to you. And then we're going to talk about it right after that. It says, you belong to no one, But there's a relationship only between us, and it means nothing to other men. Anyone can fall in love with you, and they are free to ask you out. So decide who you like more. I'm not good enough. If I'm not good enough, you can choose someone else. Plain and simple. I'm going to read that again. He said, you belong to no one. This is what he's telling this girl. You belong to no one. But there's a relationship only between us. And that means nothing to other men. Anyone can fall in love with you, and they're free to ask you out. So you decide who you like more. If I'm not good enough, you can choose someone else. Plain and simple. You don't belong to nobody, baby girl. All right? I don't know if you're talking about I can't let my boyfriend keep me from my husband, because men gonna be men. They gonna be men out here. They gonna step to what they like. Every time you walk outside, psst, yo, ma, can I holler at you? All that. Can't stop that. Your job will be to pick your man over all that. Because he can't sit around worrying about whether you're gonna meet somebody you like more than him and all that. We're not finna worry about that. You know, and he's not finna sit here and play the game with you to say he's worried about that. No, because he know at any time you pick somebody else. And when you do that, just do that. Don't have a nigga hanging on a string. You know? Because you are free to do whatever it is that you want to do. You belong to no one. No matter how much money spent on you. You don't belong to nobody. Okay? Now, I got to say this too, because I know I said that. I'm going to say this. Never wife a woman whose past is still present right now. And that's not in y'all favor. Okay? Now, she might have did a couple of things back in the days. If you see reflections of those things going on now, you cannot make her your wife in real life. All right? I know you're thinking about it. I'm going to say it again. Never wife a woman who past is still present today, right now, 2026. If she did a little bop back then, if you see reflections of that now, she might not be a good quality fit for a wife. If you see some of those things she used to be about. All right? If you see any reflections, anything mirroring that right now, then she might not be the one. Word up, you know. It's one of those, I was born at night, not last night. And you're going to have to own up to that. Word up. Now, what they say is in that, follow the signs when you learn those things. See, there's signs to these type of things that's going on. You understand what I'm saying? You know, one of the signs is if every ex she had was toxic, if all her relationships was fucked up, she might be the problem. Okay? If all her stories about past relationships and things that happened always lead to some extreme drama, and it's always everybody else's fault, she is not a victim. She's a pattern. And I don't give a fuck she got a fucking juice box. Nigga. She's a whole pattern in real life. That's my word. If all her relationships was trash, she might be the problem. And especially if she's trying to say she's not accountable for nothing that went wrong. Okay, we got to really consider that. That's a real thing, all right? She is not a victim. She is a pattern. Okay? Now, with that in mind, when you ignore red flags, a lot of y'all ignore red flags because she's some fine shit, you know. She fire and all that. So you look past those red flags, you know. But then I be winding up talking to y'all and all that, and y'all in the middle of a whole chaotic situation, you know, but because she fine shit, you let her welcome mat you all the time and all that. Word. You let a couple of things rock because she's some fine shit. Now you just a guitar that she play on stage whenever she feel like it and all that. Yeah. Gotta get up out of that. You gotta get up out of that now. Straight up and down. If you ever done that, you on your downfall already. That started when you started using the other brain instead of the right brain. That's how you wind up there. You know, in the video they say, you might want to want to ask yourself, how did I wind up here? That kind of shit. Yeah, that kind of shit. Because you was letting that bullshit rock, and now you ain't nothing but a welcome mat to the bullshit. All because it's some fine shit. And you know, when you say this shit out loud to yourself, you know you feel like a sucker. Yo, man, you see that? The whole joint. That's all right, though. We're going to keep it going. Yeah, it's okay. Now, I had a whole point to that. See, the point to that is this. A woman who constantly tests your boundaries is practicing to disrespect you permanently. You dig what I'm saying? Because what's the point of the constant disrespect, you know? That's what you got to ask that. It might be practice. You heard or not? That might be practice, you know what I'm saying, in the long run. Now, in real life, you got to remember something. See, in real life, what'd you say? In real life, women are loyal to their emotions first. They just are, you know. Yeah. Listen, man, if she hurt, she want everybody hurt. If she going through it, she want everybody to go through it. That's just the ways of a woman, you know. And you got to remember, hurt people. All right? And that's what that comes from in real life. So sometimes, you know, give up the battle just to win the war. That's a real thing. If the situation is small, treat it as such. Let her have that. Dead ass. It just works sometimes, you know? Now, I don't even want you know, it's 2026, and we got to get into them. So I'm going to say this here, because it did it again, Ryan, but that's okay, leave it. I'm going to say this. This is what happens, right? Now, when they say a high body count, they always say, well, why do body counts matter and blah, 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 blah. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to explain that, you know. Now, listen, ladies, shed alive, you might want to write this shit down, because I'm going to tell you the psyche of a man. When it comes to that, it's a reason why we hold some fortitude to that, right? First, a man feels it destroys her ability to bond deeply with him. If you've been with a lot of niggas, that's what we think, okay? Not what it looked like. You know, we heard your explanation and shit, but to a man, that's what it feels like, you know. That's my word. We feel like it's when you had a whole bunch of niggas, we gonna feel like it's gonna be hard to bond with you like that. You understand what I'm saying? No matter how much you loving on a nigga, that kind of be in our psyche. When you give a nigga a high number, that's what he gonna think in his mind. Now, also, when you got a high number, the body count matters, because men also in their head, they think they can predict whether or not you're gonna cheat on them or divorce them based on your body count. You understand? You know. Now, that ain't the way it's supposed to be. It sounds unfair in the whole nine, but at the end of the day, that's what a man think. He think if you got a high body count, you are more liable to cheat faster than a chick with a lower body count. That's the way men think, you know. That's why they say whatever number you give, what we got to do, times it by 3, right? Yeah. So you got to be mindful whatever number you give him, he gonna times it by 3. You know, and men are different on what number they consider to be high, you know. But that's the truth. Now, what that means is, men also feel that when you got a high body count, they feel like you're gonna always compare them to the people you've been with and all that. You know, he gonna always feel like he in a competition to how many niggas you been. Because if you've been with 20 niggas, he gonna always wonder where the hell he fit in that 25 niggas. You know what I'm saying? And y'all ain't but 20, 19, 21. Yeah, he gonna feel like that. He gonna feel like he ain't gonna never be. He in his mind, he gonna feel like he always lose because you such a veteran and all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. Listen. That it doesn't matter what it look like. We're telling you what be stuck inside a nigga head when he focusing on that body count shit. This what the shit. This be stuck in his head. All right. Now, with a low body count, a man automatically feels it's a higher loyalty, it's a better bonding situation, and it's less drama because it's less comparisons. That's the psyche of a man when it comes to that body count shit. In real life, that's my word. Coach Aaron, what's good? Hey, Jessica. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What's up, Jessica? Check it, right? So listen, with the low body count, that's just what it is. But now, I know it don't sound good, but that's the way men think in the real world. And when I come home, I gotta get y'all some jewels too. All right? I told you, when a woman has a low body count, a men feel like she has a higher percentage of being loyal. They feel like it's better for bonding with them. It's less drama and less comparison because a woman has a low body count. That's a real thing. All right? Now, that's the way men think. But on the same note, I'm going to say this. Stop negotiating loyalty. Stop negotiating loyalty. Stop negotiating loyalty with a woman because it's not up for debate or discussion. Simple as that. If you got to debate whether or not she's going to be loyal or whether or not, there's no loyalty there. Fuck you thought. If the loyalty is a conversation, there is no loyalty. If you have to convince somebody to be loyal to you, what are you doing? What is that? You see what I'm saying? And there's too much of that going on. You know, like for example, she's not your wife, so why would you have her doing wifely duties? On the same note, then I ain't your husband, so why am I doing husband duties? It's like that. It's like that. So if you're talking about a conversation of loyalty, that goes both ways. Why are we having a conversation about it? Because somebody feeling like we need to discuss it because somebody a little out of bounds and they feel like this needs to be said out loud. So what happened? To where y'all got to discuss what's being loyal and what's not being loyal. What happened to where y'all got to actually have that open discussion? If you got to have a discussion about what it is to be loyal to you and back to them, then the loyalty not there. All right? You love somebody, it's a certain way that you treat them. And that's the end of that. Because you got to remember, people are where they want to be. She's not yours if you got to convince her to stay. All right? That's my word. See, people they can walk. They take their legs exactly where they want to be at. And it just so happened it wasn't with you. You understand? You know. So, if you got to convince her to stay there, you got to convince him to stay there, what is it that you're doing? Well, just for the record, don't never... I'm going to say this. I'm going to say what I wrote down. She's not yours if you have to convince her to stay. Let her go, figure it out. Let her play house with the next nigga. You heard me? Because she already know your body. You heard? Don't chase her, don't beg, don't react, just build. Until she figure that shit out. By the time you be doing something else, and that'll just be on her type shit. You heard me? Yeah, that'll just be on her. You only want people there that want to be there. That's all. Why do you want somebody in your space that don't want to be there? Exactly. Don't be so thirsty McThirsty for the box when the box really don't want you. What they say, find you something safe to do. You heard me? Real talk. That's what they said. Find you something safe to do. Donald Washington. Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna definitely do that. She said DM on my Cash App. Oh, that's look that name up. RN at D3RRICK.
Tell her to text you.
Yo, text me so I can do that.
I'm trying to find
Yeah, I remember. I remember. I'll look it up. I'll look it up. Yeah, but yeah, man. Yo, so listen, you know, these things is these things that we got going on is just facing real life. It's 2026, y'all. So we got to face the life in which we actually live. It's not a game. What up, Snow? Eves, what's good? Dominican mommy, what's good? Oh, that's Dominican mommy. That's my peoples. Yo, go in my look in there. Look at my messages. Look in the comment section. If you can see in there, what's going on in there? It's a bunch of Cash App shit going on in there. Take a look at that. That's what's up. I don't know what's going on, but Benta, what up? Okay, we getting back to the lesson right now, y'all. This is a game. This is not why we came. Yo, matter of fact, today is Friday night, and I'm actually finished with that lesson. You heard? We good on that. I'm going to be back tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. Shed Alive. Yo, listen, Screaming from the Streets out on all platforms. Y'all can catch me in Harlem. I'm working with Street Corner Resources. I'll be working with them. I'll also be doing my Building Blocks program up in the Bronx. Look out, we all over, man. My curriculum. I got a master class in communication skills. And I got a curriculum on breaking generational curses. Yes, look out for it. We out here. Page-5-Lit, we outside. Oh, and we rocking this new Tory Lanez joint. This shit is fire. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm doing the test and I'm doing okay. I go hit the trap, I do two in the day. We hit with the records, I hit with the niggas. You know I do few in the day. They bustin' the block with the stoppers, two different ways. We talking about 762s in the choppers, cause all of my partners got two different Ks, and this shit amazing. Running straight through the bay, do the same shit. Drop the U in the investigation. Got the deuce in my pocket, I pull out a two, I'ma shoot up a few probation. This shit is dangerous. I got shooters to pull up and hate shit. I got weird bitches on some straight shit. Money talking, you don't speak the language. I get hot with no stylists. Niggas they can never know the damages. All the shit that we go through the challenges. All the bitches I go through the challenges. I ain't stopping for nothing. I wake up beside in the morning just checking the balances. I can't do no disguising. Just look at my baby more eyes and I know what you're telling me. I came up with some more shit. Bust down. When the lyrics say touchdown. Got the AP face crushed now. She was fronting on me, I'm a crush now. Got her running through all the boutiques. Swiping front cars, all the new sneaks. Switching different bitches all through the week. Tall, small, one toy, fit all. Bitch, I be fucking on all physiques. I got a dream to go to the league. If that shit don't work, I'ma go to the trap. Serving them things that go in the plat. That shit don't work, then you know I'ma snap. That shit don't work, then you know that I'm back to the black hoodie with them old ladies saying what I could have been. My fuckers, you know that I'm going to jack. Jacking and stealing for niggas, came back and killing. There's no way to make this shit real. If you ain't been a real one, I look at my baby one time. I know I'ma make him a big and I gotta keep going. I gotta do this shit for all of my brothers, my sisters, my niggas, my mother, my daughter. Keep coming up out of the girls. From all of them Benjamin heads and that bitch. Back to the days in the trap when it was only 20s and 10s and that bitch. I was all in my 9 to 5 working, selling way about it. Dennis is spinning that shit in 310 right now. I was spinning that bitch, which I'm gonna spin out again. That bitch up the money, blending in the end. And it's sick because after the storm, this shit gon' be steady. Just trying to be wrong. This shit was so funny, this shit was so cold. The days when they were locked in the cells, free to see the bloody jelly. They were balling, fucking me, tell me, and just to perform. This is called a million. Pop me up over the place, it's cool, my nigga. I get them dues on my own. I'm used to being alone. I'm used to niggas telling me I'm wrong. I'm used to proving pussy niggas wrong. I'm used to niggas selling lies, selling that soul. I'm back in my savage mode. On the savagery, ain't no winning, they mad at me. I look at them, see they getting angry. Different numbers busting like your majesty. Niggas falling, they feel like a travesty. Hit your boy in the whip with a traffic. Falling the flip when I'm switching again. Looking back at my mirror where the crackers be. Hit a button, where the stash should be. Just to find it, they gon' have to rip the car. Even then, I'm probably never fit the ball. And I give a fuck, cause this will rent a car. The toy.
Ooh, boy, that nigga spit like the rent do. That's my word. Page-5-Lit, we outside. Feel free to leave a gift, y'all. Also, check me out. You can book a one-on-one live with the OG. Hit me up, email me, and I'll send you the Zoom link, and we can chop it up for 30 minutes and try to work some things out. mpyesr@gmail.com. That's my email. Hit me, y'all. We can chop and work a couple of things out. I'll be back tomorrow, 9 o'clock tomorrow night, and we're going to continue to have these 2026 conversations. Let's step into